All right, guys, I want to talk a little bit about history. History of the greatest coin ever created. Some of the greatest minds that we know publicly have come together and created a coin. And this all happened around 2011. These engineers, they were fascinated with what Bitcoin did, like how Bitcoin created this decentralized network. They were fascinated. They saw some of the problems. This is why I say it's one of the best coins ever created. They saw some of the problems Bitcoin was having. For example, Bitcoin's block time, this, that, whatever, you name it. All of those things were an issue. So they looked at it and they said, okay, how can we resolve this? But these guys came from a background of, doing e-money stuff. So they already knew a lot about how to deal with standard financial systems. And they started working on a project in 2011, which was officially called New Coin back in September 2012, funnily, right? So they started work in 2011. It was called New Coin in 2012. And then later on, it was changed to Open Coin, which currently has rebranded again. So 3 times it was rebranded and currently is known as Ripple, right? Or XRP as most people know it. But there's more to this, right? Let's talk about this, right? So the company originally had multiple engineers, the founders. There were multiple founders there. There are more previous guys involved as well. Some are on the front of house, some are not. Let's put it this way. But the 2 most common names that you probably hear is Chris Larsen and McCaleb something. I forgot his name, right? There's another guy called McCaleb something. So you hear this name. In fact, the guy McCaleb, all right, I forget his name, McCaleb. He is actually the main brainchild, right? He's the guy who wanted to found it. So technically, he's the main founder, but you don't see him on the limelight or, he's always under the radar, basically. So we're talking about crypto. We're talking about Ripple Labs here and XRP, right? And the reason I'm saying 2 different things here, I'm saying Ripple Labs and XRP. They're 2 different things. XRP is part of the Ripple Foundation or XRP Foundation, whatever you want to call it, right? So I'll get more into this and talk about this. Now, this conversation about XRP has come on over and over again, many, many times over the years. In fact, I have questioned it myself to the point where I ended up digging and seeing what I could find. And I found an article on Ripple's own website where it talks about the differences between Ripple and XRP, but very vaguely, right? So in order to understand more, I had to dig a little bit more and find certain things. Now, whatever I'm going to tell you right now is not relevant in 2024. Maybe it is, but it's more of historical. Whatever I'm telling you right now is coming from the knowledge that I've gained so far. So let me talk about this and you'll understand, right? And I'm not being sarcastic when I say it is the greatest project ever created. Now, what you have to understand, in 2009, right? Internet's not that old, right? Internet's not that old. People are still using DSL, right? Whatever, the phone line connections, right? They were still using those. So everything is slow. It takes, 10 minutes for a block to confirm. Ripple managed to do it within 3 to 5 seconds. You can imagine that's lightning fast, right? So definitely they did something well. They built it robust. It hasn't been hacked or anything like this. None of that business. Built very well. The only difference they did was they didn't do what Bitcoin did, like, kind of stayed away from that. They didn't do it like how Bitcoin has mining block rewards. They didn't do that, right? Instead, what they said was basically, we're going to pre-mine the entire thing, and then we'll do we'll start selling XYZ for the foundation so we can, in order to collect more money. Now, okay, I'm going to get to this in a little bit, right? Why do I say it's a brilliant project? Now, think about it. You have some of the brilliant minds come together and say, look, we've got a project here. We have the experience. This is a pitch, right? We have an experience in building protocols and financial systems on the web. And we believe that this project itself, because it's fast, can facilitate international payments and remittance, right, in the future or even now, even facilitate international banking to the point where your current SWIFT system, and they were using the SWIFT system. In fact, most of America and whatnot are still using the SWIFT system, right? Outdated, they take forever, nothing is fast. So how can we make this faster? You can use our blockchain to make payments faster, right? And that means internationally, nationally, whatever, you can have everything dealt in-house and, use the network to send payments. And there's more to it. I'll explain the technology. Well, not technical. It's more technical not even technological, but anyway, the standard procedures, right? Every bank that wherever you go and exchange money has to have a basket of currencies in order to exchange, right? They can't just randomly make money come from nowhere. So, but the point was XRP was going to take XYZ amount of money from person A, and then person B would receive that funds very fast, and XRP would collect a little fee. And every time they received a certain amount of fee, they would burn a certain amount of XRP, right? Let's just put it this way. So that's the key fundamentals. Now, obviously, Ripple, the company, right? Ripple Labs is the creator, is the founder, is the original creator of XRP. So let's stick with Ripple for now. So Ripple created this technology and said, look, we can do XYZ. We're going to create an open ledger, you know, where everybody could plug in and do certain things and facilitate. You don't have to buy Ripple cryptocurrency because Ripple does not have a cryptocurrency. What Ripple has is standard shares, right? Shares in the company. So you can buy XYZ amount of shares in the company, and Ripple did sell a whole bunch of shares to a lot of corporations. In fact, at one stage back in 2017, I remember reading an article where 200 of the top global international banking systems were using Ripple as its payment gateway to do in-house settlements, right? So they were doing settlements between each other. So think about it this way: two different banks, two different companies who don't talk to each other, but they need settlements done because their clients are sending funds back and forth. Ripple was the one who could do it fast, because sometimes, and Ripple did a really good article, or I think a promotion regarding this, where somebody was sending a payment internationally, and Ripple was able to kind of send it within a certain amount of time, and they showed it how this person would technically get there quicker if they took a plane, right? That's what they were trying to show. There's a look, if the person booked a flight, took a taxi, jumped on a flight, took the entire thing and took the money to the person, it would be a lot quicker than the banks, the way they do it, right? So that they're kind of proving a point here. It's better to just hand deliver this stuff, right? And Ripple, just the click of a button, 5 seconds later, the money's there. So they made a whole point there, and I respect that, because that's what we need, right? We need innovation, we need technology, right? So Ripple did that. As I said, they sold a whole bunch of shares, XYZ, everything's all great. I would happily love to buy Ripple shares, and you can buy Ripple shares if you want, by the way, right? They're private shares, but you can buy it through certain means if you have the, how would I say this, the credibility, all right, or eligibility. Let's just say this way: you have to be worth something to go and do that. Anyway, that's not the point. The point here is Ripple itself, Ripple Labs, who created Ripple Foundation or XRP Foundation, created it for a whole different reason. Now let's get to this point right now. So they already sold their shares, they already have a company, everything's doing all great. Now they realize that, hold on, maybe other people want. Now you create something that you kind of advertise it for the crypto community. So they started advertising it to the crypto community, and they said, look, what if we create this XRP Foundation, which is a non-profit foundation, open ledger, it's an open protocol, you can go and buy, sell, do whatever. That allowed people. So what they were trying to say was, like, you have all of these people who are out of the institution, who don't have the ability to buy Ripple shares, or who don't have big banking institutions, because that's what they were aiming for. We want to create something that they can also use this. The 2 billion people who are unbanked, we want to get them on board, where they can now start doing international settlements via themselves through the protocol. That's all it is, right? It's a very simple. It's a rinse and repeat method that a lot of institutions have done over the years, right? There have been some mega scams who have also used the same wording, right? Let's bank the unbanked, right? Everybody that's tried to bank the unbanked has turned out to be a freaking scam. Anyway, so that's what they said, and they basically pre-mined 100 million tokens or whatever, 100 billion tokens or whatever it was, like some stupid number. I'm not getting to the facts of those kind of things, but let's just talk about the history here. So they pre-mined it, they kept whatever for the founders, great, everyone's all good. And then other people ended up buying, and whatever money was raised, some of it went to the foundation, and the rest of it was there for the upkeep and running costs. That's what they said, the running costs. But where I kind of had a problem was, why did the founders have to have them? If the company has it or the foundation has it, I'm okay with that, right? Come on, everybody needs funding to run and operate, right? But why did the founders have XYZ? In fact, they had the largest quantity of coins to themselves. That's where I had a problem. Anyway, coming back to being the best company in the world, they proved certain points. So they had 200 banks doing internal transfers between themselves. They proved that. They ended up buying MoneyGram back in 2017 or 2018. They ended up buying a big portion of MoneyGram, your international money transfer, right? And they were actually running MoneyGram on the XRP ledger. Would you believe it or not? They were running it on the XRP ledger. Of course, when it came to the legal settlement, it was being done under the guise of Ripple Labs. However, the technology they were using was XRP. So again, we got excited, the coin pumped, and it went to some next level all-time high. So everybody did really well. However, during that particular time, coming back to the founders and their share of the coins, what they did was they started dumping billions of dollars, dumping. So they've already, bought a company for XYZ from people's money. So they're using the public, the people, right? The people power, right? The thing I believe in the most. So they were using people's money that they raised to profit their company, Ripple Labs, and increase valuation in their thing while while the people were still holding bags. And then as soon as the price pumped because of the news, they started dumping it on the public again. So now they kind of cashed out. So their exit strategy was very simple. Create hype, buy companies that actually bring value to the main company, not the foundation, right? But foundation will benefit because of the hype news, because most of the people in crypto will end up FOMOing anyway. So they knew exactly what was going on. Again, brilliant. I love it. Brilliant. You got brilliant minds. I'm sure they had a whole team brainstorming this, right? So they do that, and obviously the coin pumps, new all-time high, going to the moon, right? Everyone's all excited. More people come in, more people FOMOing in, people buying. And then they dump, right? So they cash out billions of dollars. It doesn't matter how much they spent. I think they spent like 40 million, I believe it was, to buy the shares in MoneyGram. If I'm correct, I can't remember on the top of my head, right? But they sold billions of dollars worth of XRP to the public. They didn't sell Ripple. They didn't sell the Ripple shares. They sold XRP to the public, right? To the exchanges. The proof is out there, right? The truth is out there. By the way, my name is Sham. This is Zero X Files. Welcome to the show, right? So, and I always say the truth is out there, right? Because the truth is out there. You can't hide, right? On the internet, you can go back to the Wayback Machine and you can go and research all of this stuff if they have changed certain things. Because I've noticed the Wikipedia page has been updated with only 2 founders' name, not all the founders' name, right? Because there were a few more. Remember this. Originally, there was a few more, right? So, anyway, so that's the situation. And so when I did that research and when I kind of understood, I was like, hold on. So I've got a fundamental issue here, right? Any project where the founders have a significant amount of coin, it runs the risk of it being dumped on the public. I don't want to be a part of that, right? And originally, like when I first saw Ripple, and I didn't even see it, someone told me, buy some Ripple. So just as everybody else, right? I got advised, buy some Ripple. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the history. Just after Bitcoin, the grandfather of all coins, there were a few other coins, 5, 6 other coins, not doing that great. In fact, they vanished. They're not even there anymore. But this thing, doesn't matter what it's called, it survived. Regardless how many rebranding it did, it survived. And regardless that it's split into 2, where it has this institutional company, right, which is selling shares to the people, and it has its own decentralized, so-called decentralized foundation with XRP. Fine. Right? But why are the founders holding XYZ amount of coins? That's what I really, kind of put red flags. And I was like, no, I don't want to be a part of it. So I kind of kept a tab on it. I did have a significant amount. I wouldn't call it significant. It bled, right? It bled. So again, I don't really care. It bled because technically I didn't lose much, right? But by holding those, later on down the line, I think it was 2019, 2020, I can't remember what it was, or 2021, they announced they're going to launch the Flare network, right? So now it's becoming Flare network. And I'm like, okay, how many more networks are you going to launch? Fine. So I ended up receiving some Flare tokens, which I dumped immediately as soon as I got, and I dumped the Ripple as well, or XRP to be honest, right? So I dumped it and I was like, right, I said, I'm out of this, right? But the point is there are many people who are holding XRP. There are many people who bought XRP 14, 15 cents, whatever, right? When it became bloody, and they have made a lot of money, and I respect them and I commend them, right? There's the people called the XRP army, and I respect those guys because they do hodl and they do believe in that, they do trust in the company. Whether they trust the founders or not, I don't know, but they do trust the coin. And I believe that, yes, there is potential. I don't see a reason why XRP can't be a really top tier coin. Currently, its market value is because of the amount of holders it's got, because there are more bag holders than profit makers, right? Which is fine again, right? If you believe in something, hold the bags. There's nothing wrong with it. But I will only jump on XRP and give my trust to it. Like, I will trust it. I'll believe in it blindly if the founders finally get rid of all their coins. I want the founders to have nothing, right? And even if they do 1%, 2%, 5%, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm okay. Excuse my language. I'm okay with 10%. If the founders combined hold 10% of the supply, I'm okay with that, right? But anything more than that, no. You can't be holding billions of dollars worth of coins. It's like me creating a coin right now, and we get it to the market and we start rolling it, we start trading it, and the coin jumps to like $10 per coin. It's all great. But if I have 99% of the coin and you have 1% of the coin, then if the coin's worth $100 billion, that means I have 99 billion of that. Do you know what I mean? That's wrong. That's wrong. That means I could constantly dump it on you. So that's wrong. That's all I'm asking is that, guys, please do understand this. Ripple can become something very, very good. Ripple is a brilliant technology. Brilliant minds have gone, but those brilliant minds haven't done the right thing for the community. And in fact, they've been dumping on the community, hence why I'm not too happy about it, right? Now, I have made many videos before. I've kind of been very vocal about this. I've had a lot of haters, right, regarding XRP. There was another coin as well. I had a whole bunch of haters regarding that. But understand where I'm coming from. I respect the technology. I respect the founders. I respect the efforts that they have made and the technology that they brought to us for the decentralized community during the time that they did it. And I'm talking about 2011, 2012, 2013. All of these things matter. We didn't have anything like it, right? Until Ethereum came out in 2015, right? So we didn't really have anything as good, right? Or, compared to BTC, this was super fast. We didn't have anything like it. But obviously it had its flaws. Many people noticed the flaws. Hence why it's not the number 2 coin right now in the world. Do you know what I mean? Hence why it's not. Yes, at some stage it had a large market share, which is fine, right? But now that market share has gone to other protocols where people realize those other protocols are more decentralized. Those other protocols, the founders have less coins, right? For example, talking about founders, the founder of Ethereum has a shit ton of tokens. The founders, to be precise, founders of Ethereum, they have a crap ton of tokens that they've given themselves, right? But it's nothing compared to the total supply. That's what you have to understand, right? If it's a small, insignificant percentage, right? 10, 15% doesn't matter, right? But what they had was a lot. That's all I'm saying, right, guys? So, my personal opinion, as I said, I think it's a great project. I think it's got potential, right? Very big potential, but it's suffering a lot because of those 2 founders, and not because directly because of the founders, because of what they hold. That's all I'm saying, right? If they truly believe in their own project, I believe they should destroy half the supply that they have, or whatever large quantity of supply they have, which will boost the price, help the people that be holding for a very, very long time. Very long time. I'll tell you this, right? And this is the truth. I'm not even joking here, right? There's a particular person. He has, and I'm not joking, last time I checked, right? This is about a month and a half ago. £400,000. That's equivalent to like $550,000, $500,000, right? Of XRP. And he bought it cheap, which is great, right? So I said, look, dude, you bought it cheap. Try and take your initial out. No, bro, this is going to go to this is going to go to that. So he got really excited. Someone, obviously, he works with or he relates with, they've said to him, look, this thing is going to go to the moon, right? Whatever. And I said to him, no, bro, it's not, right? from what I'm seeing, it's not. It hasn't even managed to beat its 50% mark of all-time high. Forget all-time high. It hasn't even gone to the 50% mark. Any coin that doesn't get to its 50% level in a bull run isn't going to go anywhere, right? So think about that. You've made money, keep your money. Come back and play the game again, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So that's all I'm saying. Now, I feel sorry for him, because if the market does bleed, in fact, I'm going to check the chart right now. If the market does bleed, oh my God, look, BTC right now is bleeding down to 59,239. And by the way, guys, it's still the 24th of June, right? The difference is the time now is 9:27 p.m. That's all it is, right? I'm believing my mouth is dry from talking too much. Right, 59,240 is for BTC. The total market cap sitting at 2.14 trillion, or 1.4 trillion. Ethereum sitting at 3,298 right now. Solana come down to $126. Great. Let's look at what XRP is sitting at. Last time we checked during the day, it was at 47. Currently sitting at 46 cents. Right? So 46 cents. Now, is it a good time, like, for him, someone who's bought it like 16, 17 cents? Is it a good opportunity to sell? Absolutely. You're still double your money. Sell, then come and buy again. Rinse and repeat, bro. One thing I always say to most of the guys, and I'm going to finish it off right now, I'm not going to go on any longer. One thing I always say to guys, that think about crypto, stocks, bonds, shares, or any kind of investment, right? Unless it's a brick and mortar, that's a whole different story. A brick and mortar, you ain't going nowhere. If you've got a lease on it, or you've got a rental contract on it, you're going to be there for a while, right? That's a different story. So that technically you're married to it, right? Unless you let it go, you're freaking married to it. Now, when it comes to other liquid investment, let's call it liquid investments. You're not locked into it. You can sell it whenever. That's liquid to me, right? So if it's a liquid investment, right? Don't freaking marry the coin. Don't marry the asset. Don't marry the shares, right? Get in there, have a nice little fun, make some money, get the hell out, right? I say this over and over again like a broken record, right? If people listened, then you would have made more money this season than other people, right? But most people think, I'm going to buy, I'm going to hodl. I'm going to buy, yeah, you buy at the bottom and you hodl. And then if the market bleeds out, sell and get out and make money. People who bought BTC, people who bought Ethereum at what, I don't know, it was like 900 or something like this. They're all in profit, even now, in profit. Even though the market's bleeding, they're still in profit. They're 3x, more than 3x, right? So 2.5x profit, basically. So that's what they can cash out. People who bought BTC below $19,000, right? The number that we gave. People who bought it at 19, 17, 16. In fact, one brother I know, he bought it at 15 and a half, right? Good luck to him, right? Think about it. It's still 4x. So if the market's bleeding out, you cash out. It's fine. Come back, buy some more, get more Satoshis, right? Or get more WEF, right? It doesn't matter. Similar way, Solana, a lot of people bought it at $10, $12, $15, $18, $20, right? I know a bunch of people who bought it around these levels. In fact, myself as well. So again, if you cash out, you're still up. Do you know what I mean? You got to have the ability, the willpower, right, to get out. You know? So if you are bullish about XRP, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I just don't want to keep on explaining to people over and over again. So I hope this video is the same video people watch in the future to get the info that why I feel what's wrong with XRP, even though it's the freaking greatest coin ever created by some of the greatest minds ever, and it's a brilliant technology. It's actually done something way before anyone even thought. And I'll tell you what that is, right? Everybody talks about getting institutions, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. The institutions are going to come and we're going to go to the moon. Well, guess what? XRP got the institutions involved in crypto in around 2011, 2012. Beat that. That's a fact that a lot of people ain't going to talk about. Now, is that freaking bullish? That's freaking bullish, in my opinion, right? But how many people are going to take that on board and understand the reality, right? We've been under their thumbs the whole time. So I want to see true decentralization. for XRP, and that means the founders have to give up a certain portion of whatever they're holding, because they do still hold the largest amount. So that's all I'm saying, nothing else. And I would love to see an opportunity and an option, which is there. It's a little bit difficult to build apps on top of it. Now, there are a bunch of apps being built on top of it, but unfortunately, Ripple has a lot of influence over it. Again, I'm not quite happy with that, right? To be honest, I'm not quite happy with that. I would love to see it completely open, so anybody, any Tom, Dick, and Harry could go and build whatever he wants, right? Maybe remittance companies and whatnot, people with lower fees, because more competition is better, right? It doesn't degrade XRP, it makes it better. It brings it to more people in the market. That's what I'm saying, right? We can build on BTC these days, right? I mean, that was something we couldn't do, but that's innovation. We can now build faster protocols on top of BTC, right? BTC doesn't only have one network, it has 3, 4 networks, 5 networks, right? You know, running side by side, but ultimately it all combines into one block. So yes, BTC had a problem, but that problem doesn't exist anymore, right? You know, with the invention of Lightning Network, it doesn't even exist anymore. Boom, BTC, no problem. BTC on a Lightning, boom, blitzing, 1 second, you're done. So things are progressing, right? And we have to also progress, and our mindsets are very important. Look at the entire picture. Just don't focus on a little part of the picture, and especially do not FOMO, and don't marry the freaking coin or asset or whatever you're buying. Don't marry it. Have a bit of fun. That's about it, right? The more fun you have, the more you're going to enjoy, right? And the more you're going to make. Believe me, the more you're going to make, right? If you don't enjoy crypto, or if you don't enjoy buying and selling and holding, right, you're not going to improve. Do you know what I mean? You have to be able to get in, get out, have a bit of fun. When the market's dead, stay out of it. It's fine, no worries. Have a holiday, enjoy life. And then when the market's back again, get in, make more money, no problem. In fact, when the market's bleeding out, short the freaking thing and make more money. There's no harm, right? There's no harm. So there is more details that I could go into in depth, but there's no point, guys. I just want to give my opinions, and I hope this video is one that I will point to many, many people. And if you have watched it to here, thank you very much, right? I do appreciate it. All I'm saying is, in the future, if people ask me about Ripple, or anyone asks me about Ripple, I'm not going to make another video. I'm just going to point you to this one, right? So if you're watching this in the future, believe me, I've made it many, many times, and I'm just fed up of saying the same thing over and over again on multiple conversations. And I understand, it's okay. I'm not being disrespectful. I understand a lot of people who come, they've heard about Ripple, because it is a very vocal coin, right? Especially when the SEC case happened, it went viral, right? So everyone knows about XRP. But they don't understand these fundamental facts that I understand, hence why I stay away from it, right? But I am willing and I am open to coming back. And I've said it many, many times, bring me Ripple as a cryptocurrency, I'm in it straight away. That's the real technology. That's the real company behind all of this, right? The foundation stuff, that was just a money grab, right? You know, FOMO, get the hype, grab the money, and then cash out. That's an exit plan for the founders. And that's what they did. They did a proper exit plan, right? So that's what I'm saying, guys. But listen, there are plenty of opportunities out there. I'm not going to make it any longer. But if you have watched it till now, thank you very much for bearing with me. 27 minutes is not short. Appreciate this. Like, share, subscribe. If you want me here more frequently, smash that like button, share with a few others. Let's grow the community. If we don't, I'm not motivated to come here. Believe me, I don't gain anything from YouTube, right? I don't gain anything from YouTube. So it is what it is, right? Other than that, I'll catch you guys on another one very soon, hopefully. If it's something important, ping me on Discord or whatnot. The links are going to be below in the description. And yeah, I'll talk. That's not a problem. I'll probably drop a video. Other than that, guys, I'm going to see you guys on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.